48 teams. The 2026 World Cup has room for 48 nations, more teams than ever in the history of the tournament. And yet, Italy, four-time world champions, are not there. Not this year. Not in 2022. Not in 2018. 3 World Cups, 0 appearances. This is not just a bad run of form. This is the complete and total collapse of a football empire. To understand how shocking this is, you need to remember what Italy once was. 4 World Cup titles, 1934, 1938, 1982, 2006. Only Brazil with 5 has won more. The 2006 squad reads like a fantasy football team from another planet. Gianluigi Buffon in goal, arguably the greatest goalkeeper who ever lived. Fabio Cannavaro, that year's Ballon d'Or winner. Andrea Pirlo, Francesco Totti, Alessandro Del Piero. These were not just footballers. These were gods of the game. Italy didn't just win the 2006 World Cup. They dominated it, conceding only 2 goals across the entire tournament, beating France in the final on penalties, and walking away as the undisputed kings of world football. Nobody watching that night in Berlin could have imagined what was coming next. The warning signs came early, but nobody wanted to listen. 1. South Africa. Italy are the defending champions. They are placed in a group with Paraguay, Slovakia, and New Zealand. On paper, easy. In reality, they drew with New Zealand, then lost to Slovakia 3-2. The reigning world champions were eliminated at the group stage. It was embarrassing. But football is full of bad tournaments. Everyone assumed Italy would bounce back. They didn't. 2014 in Brazil, out in the group stage again. That would be the last time the world saw Italy at a World Cup. Nobody knew it then, but it was goodbye. It has now been more than 12 years since Italy played a single World Cup match. Let that sink in. Disaster 1, 2018. First came 2018. And this one hurt. Italy failed to qualify. For the first time in 59 years, they faced Sweden in the playoffs. 23 shots, 75% possession, 0 goals across 2 legs. Knocked out by a team ranked far below them. The whole country went into mourning. Coach Gian Piero Ventura was sacked. The federation was in chaos. Italy promised to rebuild, to come back stronger. They didn't. Disaster 2, 2022. Then came 2022, and this was even worse. Italy had just won Euro 2020, champions of Europe. The confidence was back. The world was watching. All they had to do was beat North Macedonia in the playoffs. North Macedonia, ranked 67th in the world, 90-minute. Italy are drawing 0-0. They need 1 goal to go to the World Cup. Then, Alexander Tchaikovsky, an almost unknown player, strikes from outside the box. The ball flies into the net, 1-0 to North Macedonia. Italy eliminated in injury time. At home, the front page of Corriere dello Sport said it all. Just 2 words, into hell. Italy had now missed back-to-back World Cups, something that had never happened before. Disaster 3, 2026, and then 2026. The World Cup now has 48 teams. 48. UEFA alone gets 16 spots. Italy just had to navigate a playoff path through Northern Ireland. And then Bosnia. They beat Northern Ireland. The nation breathed. Maybe this was the year. Then came the playoff final. March 31st, 2026, Zenica, Bosnia. Moise Kean put Italy ahead in the 15th minute. Brilliant finish. The dream was alive. Then, Alessandro Bastoni was sent off, down to 10 men. Before halftime, Bosnia equalized in the 79th minute through Haris Tabakovic. Extra time, penalties. Italy missed their first and third kicks. Bosnia scored 4 out of 4. Final score, Bosnia and Herzegovina 4. Italy won on penalties. Italy had just failed to qualify for their 3rd consecutive World Cup. Not in a 32-team tournament, not in a 48-team tournament. A tournament so big it has room for Qatar, Iran, and Bosnia, but not Italy. So how does this happen? How does one of the greatest footballing nations in history fall this far? Three reasons, and they all connect. 1. The tactical crisis. Italian football became obsessed with defensive structure, catenaccio, long after the rest of the world had moved on. While Spain, England, and France invested in high-pressing, possession-based systems, Italy stood still. Gattuso's setup in 2026 was criticized for exactly this, bypassing creative midfielders like Tonali, Barella, and Locatelli with long balls that went nowhere. 2. The Serie A collapse. Italy's domestic league used to produce the best players in the world. AC Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan, European royalty. Italy hasn't won a Champions League since 2010. When your league gets weaker, your national team follows. 3. The generation gap. The 2006 golden generation, Pirlo, Buffon, Totti, Del Piero, retired together. What came after was never good enough to replace them. Euro 2020 papered over the cracks with a brilliant team effort, but the 2026 qualifying campaign exposed the truth. Italy simply don't have a world-class squad anymore. The consequences were immediate. Coach Gennaro Gattuso left his role by mutual consent. Just days after the loss, Federation President Gabriele Gravina resigned amid political pressure. Italy's sports minister publicly called for the entire leadership to go. The front page of Corriere della Sera said it simply, the World Cup curse. And right now, while France, England, Spain, Germany, while the world's best teams prepare to play the greatest tournament in football history this summer in North America, Italy sits at home, watching on television, for the third time in a row. The empire is not just fallen, it's gone. 4 World Cup titles, more than 20 years of dominance. And now this. Here's what I want to know from you. Can Italy ever come back from this? Or is this the permanent decline of a football giant? Drop your answer in the comments right now. And if you want more football stories like this one, the ones that actually matter, subscribe.